Hello, this is part 4 of the Veteran Difficulty Guide for Cao Cao in Romance of the Three Kingdoms 14. At this point, our borders look like this. We are surrounded by friendly allied states, and the only thing left to do, not even so much defeating Sun Ce, but to cross the Yangtze River, at which point you are basically guaranteed to win and take any city you want to. Now, if we're having a look at where we are, we have just under 170 officers. That is more than Liu Biao, Liu Zhang and Yuan Shao combined. Sun Ce is the only force that remains both a hostile and even slightly a threat. And in order to wipe Sun Ce out, we have to be able to take Chaisang and Jianyi, which means crossing the Yangtze River. If we go and look at our administration, we have enough engineer doctrine officers to hit level 4, and we need level 5 in order to upgrade our boats and cross the Yangtze River without being in danger of being a threat. There is an easy solution to this, however, and that solution is Kong Rong. If we look at his officer pool, policy, Guan Cheng has level 3 train engineers. If we take Guan Cheng for ourselves, look at administration, we can bump level 5 train engineers and take anything we want to in the south. Now, we are allied to Kong Rong, however, that alliance at this point only has 4 months remaining. So what I am going to do in the meanwhile, I am going to take Lu Jiang. I'll pause and resume when we're closer to that happening, and once Kong Rong has ended our alliance, I will either deploy to take out his city or ask him to surrender if he's feeling that way inclined, and we'll see how that goes shortly. This is what a small skirmish looks like once you're this built up, this powerful. It does not end very well. So the alliance with Kong Rong has ended, and if we go take a look, there we are. That is all we needed. As easy as that. And if we now open our administration, train engineers, we now have level 5 boats. and the results of that I will show you shortly. Time for the high action montage of Cao Cao's forces crossing the Yangtze. And believe it or not, but we are very nearly done. Just a few more steps, as you'll see shortly, and we can call it quits. The problem with Jianyi, once you get across and you capture those two little cores there, your city always ends up surrounded, in which case you have no hope of defending yourself. And because Lujiang is very difficult to attack across the river, even though Taishi sent quite a large force out, they haven't got a hope of stopping us. Oh, ignore what I said there, we're going to pretend that didn't happen. And that is Jianyi down. So ignoring that one last little hiccup there, which is incredibly easy to rectify, that is how you play as Cao Cao starting in 194. In 4 years and a half, we have gone from tiny little Chen Liu to all of this. At this point, you can highlight your units, right click, send them to attack, and you will defeat anything in your way. I would recommend in this position finishing off Sun Ce, taking on as many as their officers as you can before moving on to Yuan Shao or Yuan Shang once that alliance ends. Once you look at the administration of what we have going, we have level 9 fish, arrow, goose, which you can get fairly easily thanks to the officers that are available close by. Zhang Liao from Lu Bu, Zhang Fei and Guan Yu from Liu Bei, and of course Xia He Dun and Xia He Yuan that you start with. You have level 10 morale, level 10 supply consumption, and then if you want to, you can get supply transport movement, you can get facilities. Scheme is always something to ignore, as there's very little benefit, and which I'll probably cover in another video. Domestics I mostly ignored for most of the video, and personnel is largely used for getting better ships. So that is the guide in effect. You have the strongest officer corps, in my opinion, in the game, and you can play quite recklessly as long as you don't do what I've done here and completely ignore your supply chains when you shouldn't. Once you're winning this hard, you get very lazy. But effectively, if you go back to the start of the game, you don't necessarily need to expand westward first. I find that the easiest way to play. If you want, you can, after taking Liu Bu and Liu Bei out, you can expand south before you go west, like I did. You can go north fairly early on, as soon as your initial alliance expires with Yuan Shao, and you can go for an early Guandu scenario. Really being right bang in the middle of the map, you can go in any direction you want. If you wanted a bit of a challenge, you could even go straight south into Jing and leave yourself exposed on more or less every flank. But rounding off, that is my guide to Cao Cao. If you have any thoughts or feedback, please let me know. I'm thinking of doing another perhaps 194 start date with a slightly harder faction to show how you have to play on veteran difficulty if you don't start with the officers that let you win any even contest. But I hope you've enjoyed the videos, I hope you found them helpful, and let me know if there's any questions or comments that you have.